One of the common components of retroactive jealousy is wanting to go snooping for more details about your partner's past. So either asking them endless questions about their past or maybe snooping on social media, wanting to get to the bottom of their past, wanting to figure out more details, and using any way you can to get more information about your partner's past. But what about those situations where you're struggling with retroactive jealousy and it was more or less an accident on your part? What if you found out about your partner's past by accident? In today's video, I'm responding to a viewer of this channel who's in exactly that position and wants to know how to move forward. My name is Zachary Stockill, and since 2013, I've been working with men and women from all over the world, helping them overcome retroactive jealousy, helping them overcome obsessive jealousy and save their relationships. If you'd like more information about my work or you'd like to work with me one-on-one, please visit my website at retroactivejealousy.com. So I got an email, it was either an email or a YouTube comment, from a guy we'll call D. So D writes, "How do I cope with the idea that my retroactive jealousy may never happened if not for finding out about my wife's past by accident? I catch myself ruminating on the early days and how things felt blissful when I knew absolutely nothing about my wife's past. I try to make peace with the idea that these details would have been found out at some point, which would have set off my retroactive jealousy, but it's hard for me to truly believe this and not have deep regret about this freak accident." Okay, D, thank you for your comment/email. I appreciate it. The number one thing I would say to you is this happened. There is nothing you can do about the past whatsoever. You found out about your wife's past. Maybe it was some accident, maybe someone, was having a conversation that you weren't supposed to hear. However you found out about your wife's past, it happened. The pathway to hell is lined with people who spend most of their time fretting about the future or worrying about the past. You have 0 degree of control or influence over anything that's happened in the past, whether it's regarding your relationship or anything else. So I realize it's easier said than done, but welcome to life. As much as you can, anytime you find yourself lamenting anything that happened in the past, reorient yourself, bring yourself back to what you have power and control over in the present moment. Realize that you have 0 degree of control over the past, but you do have control over your perspectives on the past. You have 100% control over the story that you choose to tell yourself about the past. So it sounds like you've already started telling yourself a better story about finding out about your partner's past by accident, more or less. I think you alluded to this in your note where you're telling yourself you probably would have found out about this eventually given enough time. So I think that's actually a really good story that you could be telling yourself in this case. This is your partner, this is their past. You would have found out about this sooner or later. So there's no point wasting any energy worrying about the fact or lamenting the fact that you found out by accident. I would also say resist the temptation to make unnecessary meaning out of this freak event. Don't ascribe cosmic significance to the fact that you found out about your partner's past by accident and what does it mean and maybe this is a sign from the universe that I should leave and all this nonsense. Life is random, events happen. Resist the temptation to make cosmic, undue significance out of this relatively minor event. And of course, on a related note, I would also mention, you are not a victim. The way through retroactive jealousy, the path to freedom, the path to peace of mind, is pretty much the same for all of us. And if you want to stay stuck, struggling with your partner's past endlessly, endlessly mulling over, should I stay or should I go? Does her past matter? Does this matter? Does that matter? If you want to stay stuck in that place rather than finding clarity and moving forward, keep continuing to think of yourself as a victim. Now, I realize feeling frustrated by your circumstances. Of course, I realize feeling frustrated or stymied by retroactive jealousy. I understand regretting finding out about your wife's past. I understand all that. But again, I have to come back to this point. The past happened. This event happened. You are not a victim. You have 0 degree of control over that, but you have 100% degree of control over the actions you take in the present moment and the perspectives you choose to believe in the present moment. Another perspective you can play with to see if this resonates is, retroactive jealousy can truly be a gift if you handle it in the right way, which sounds absolutely nuts to anyone watching this who's struggling with retroactive jealousy. But the fact is, you're struggling with this problem. Maybe you did some Googling. You found out that it actually has a term, that there's actually a term associated with this problem. You found people like me who have some degree of experience and knowledge and expertise in overcoming this issue. Maybe you found other resources that are helpful as well. The fact is, it's good that you're finding this out now as opposed to in 10, 20, 30 years. It's better that you find out that you have this problem now. It's better for you to start putting in the work to overcome this problem now. The longer you go forward in your life without real consciousness of what you're going through and the way forward, the longer you're going to struggle and the more time you'll probably waste. And also, I would say, the sooner you start handling this, the sooner you can move on with your life. So you can also take the perspective, what I'm getting at here, you can also take the perspective that it's actually a gift that you found this out now and that you've already started taking steps to move forward right now as opposed to in 5, 10, or 20 years. In closing, I would say 2 things. Number 1, as I mentioned a moment ago, the path forward when it comes to overcoming retroactive jealousy is pretty much the same for all of us. There's no one specific way that you need to heal if you asked your partner a million questions about their past, or like you, if you found out by accident. We're all in the same boat here, and the path to freedom, the path to peace of mind is pretty much the same for everyone. If you want more information about my work, you can click a link in the description of this video. There's all kinds of other resources from other people out there on the internet and YouTube as well. The point is, the fact that you found out about your wife's past by accident does not necessarily change your course of healing. The second thing I would tell you in closing is start taking action. Really, the only way through this issue is to start owning it 100% and taking active steps to work through it. So what does that mean? That can involve things like coaching or therapy. That can involve things like guided journaling. That can involve things like all kinds of meditation and mindfulness techniques. There are all kinds of tools, techniques, strategies, and perspectives that we know work when it comes to working your way through this issue. So the number one piece of advice I want to give you, if you take away nothing else from this video, is that there is a way through this problem. There is a path, a clear path, a proven, time-tested path to freedom and peace of mind from retroactive jealousy. You are not a victim. And if you follow in the footsteps of the thousands and thousands of people before you who had the same problem and found their way to peace of mind, if you simply follow this path, you will absolutely get there too. You're not a victim. And if you take the necessary steps when it comes to overcoming this issue, good things will follow. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you got anything out of this video today, please take a minute to let me know by clicking the like button below. I would also ask you to leave a comment beneath this video telling me what you think. While you're at it, please be sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel as well to be notified of new videos moving forward. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.